I appreciate your time, and I'd ask you the same thing I asked Coley. All we're trying to deal in is what we know. What do you know at this hour?
Yeah, like Coley said earlier, the NFL statement says that Damar Hamlin is in critical condition outside here at the University of Cincinnati Medical Center Hospital. I saw the ambulance leaving the facility at Paycor Stadium, and Ryan referenced the urgency that we saw. It was different than what you see from the Tua Tagovailoa situation earlier in Week 4 that did happen on the same field. We saw folks in number 3 jerseys following the tunnel, going up the tunnel, going to the ambulance. I was actually inside the emergency room briefly before it was closed to visitors. And whether it be patients, whether it be guests, whether it be hospital officials and those working tonight, you got the sense that this was just something that nobody has dealt with before. And there was everybody who was in the vicinity of that emergency room just wanted to know what was going on. As I made my way out of the stadium into the parking garage and made my way here, you had fans asking whether Damar Hamlin was okay. You got the sense there was everybody right now that is in Cincinnati that is knowing what's going on. You got the sense they want to know what is going on with Damar Hamlin. And so far, like I said earlier, we know that he is in critical condition, and we are currently waiting for more information from hospital officials about his condition.
Ben, I'll give you a chance to get reconfigured there so you can hear my question. If you are the one that had the timeline that the ambulance left at 9:25, I don't know that if we're able to witness the situation beforehand and what type of care was being provided at the time that happened. If you didn't witness it, you'll forgive my ignorance. I simply just don't know the answer to the question.
Yeah, so what we saw was when the game was stopped, the medics, they took an extended amount of time after the ambulance was on the field to give Damar Hamlin treatment. They did not immediately load him into the ambulance. They spent several minutes working with him on the field. Eventually, it appears that they gave him oxygen as he was loaded into the ambulance. And one thing that does stick out is the reaction from the players. I saw Kaiir Elam, the Bills, rookie cornerback. He had his back to Damar Hamlin. The players had a shield around him. The Bills players did, almost like a U. And Kaiir was looking over his shoulder to his right with the staffer, his hand on Kair's shoulder, looking back. You saw players walking to the far end of the field, just not wanting to be around it. You saw T. Higgins, the Bengals player who was involved in the collision. He was on the other sideline, hands over his head. They all waited patiently. When I got to the hospital, the ambulance had been here for roughly a few minutes. It was still here. I believe it is still here right now. But there was a sense of urgency, like I said, that we typically do not see even with these type of injuries that do appear to be serious.